We join you for stage 5 of the Giro d'Italia for our 5th watch along. Mike Woods not happy. There's just been a crash with just under 25 Ks to go. And it's just hard to tell exactly what happened, but there was a touch of wheels mid-pack in the peloton. And Volta went down, Woods went down, Reisberg down, Foss down again. I just saw Foss actually pulling off to the side of the road when Woods was coming back on the back of the Intermarché car. Volta, don't know where he is, but no one relevant for the sprint nor for GC caught out in the crash, at least from what I could see. But what is this Monte Magno climb we're on now, Benji? Is this, what, like 4% or something?
3 kilometers, 4.3%. Not the longest, not the hardest. So on paper, this shouldn't be too difficult for any sprinter to get over, maybe except Jakobsen, because he was dropping very early again today, was 4 minutes back at a certain point, came back because the peloton basically stopped really pushing hard. Alpecin tried to put some pressure on the purer sprinters, I would classify them. Merlier was dropped for a little bit, came back. But all in all, I think the most notable thing that happened so far that could influence the sprint is that Laporte crashed at the intermediate.
Yeah, Laporte had a bit of a silly crash where the Alpecin rider dropping back could finish the lead out. He turned to him to say, probably just to say like a joke or something. Like it wouldn't have been anything else relevant. And looked right, and then there was a pothole. He hit the pothole. Quite strange because when you're on the top of the hoods, yeah, you can crash if you hit a pothole and you're not looking and don't brace with your fingers underneath the lever, and your hands just basically slide fully off. But his hands didn't slide off the hoods.
He slid off the saddle.
Yeah, he slid off the saddle and then bucked the bike. It was actually quite a strange crash. He looked banged up, took a while to get going, and then Volta just crashed. So these would just keep crashing, and Laporte is tomorrow the gravel stage?
Tomorrow is the gravel stage.
Would have been a big contender for that stage. Who knows now after probably what's going to be a pretty restless night crashing it. He wasn't contesting the IS, but the guys following it, you're still moving at 55, 60 in the wheels. So yeah, he will be pretty sore, I would assume.
There was also a crash earlier with like 33 kilometers to go where they rode into a traffic sign, and the traffic sign was actually bent. Some guy had injuries around his eye, so maybe he hit that. I don't know, but I don't even know who was involved, but that was also a relatively meh crash to see. That being said, I do want to talk about the start of the stage a little. We saw this opportunity as the hills at the start potentially as maybe a harder to control breakaway can form. Yesterday we had Ghana go in the breakaway, then realized the break was not going to make it and drop back to the peloton very, very quickly. Today we saw Costu from Arkea doing exactly the same thing. On one end, I'm like, okay, yeah, the break is unlikely to make it. So tactically, there's not much value in Costu being there. But if you look at the other side of the coin, it's one of we don't see Arkea often in this race.
No, I mean, they had a fourth with the Anti-Beermans in the first sprint stage, but no, there's no Vauquelin here, who's their big star. There's no Demar here, who's their big sprinter. They're both going to the Tour de France. Costu's a very strong rider. I've seen him in Tour des Alpes-Maritimes du Var. He was very good, and other races as well. He's a good breakaway rider, and I guess, yeah, they decided. I mean, it's a bit of a shame, right? Because, like, yeah, probably mathematically, and if you're looking at really the data, they're right. Like, don't waste the energy, and it is the right and rational thing to do. But from a romantic perspective, the most famous and best breakaways are when it's like two men doomed to failure, and somehow it nearly wins, like Clark and DeMarchi. So those are much less likely to happen if people just back out of the break, but also it is the right thing to do what Kosciuszko did. It was going nowhere.
And let's be honest about it, there's also the fact that the Giro is, if I recall correctly, not that well broadcasted in France. So it's not like the French people can see a lot of the Giro on like free-to-air television.
The Giro, until SBS bought the rights back recently in the last couple of years, I think outside of Italy was behind a paywall everywhere.
Oh.
Um,
Except Belgium.
oh, really? In Belgium?
It was on Sporza initially, and then it was sold towards VTM, which is now the one broadcasting. But I'll be honest about it, I've never really felt like I was interested in watching VTM broadcasted cycling, and I think that's related to, I don't know, commentary felt a bit more weird. I don't know. I don't even know who the commentators are these days,
And
so I can't tell you.
VTM is what, public broadcaster?
Yeah, I actually think they got Michel Weitz over, so he might be commentating on there now.
Okay. Luke, what about the Netherlands? I-
He was watching Tour de
Luke
Hungary.
was watching Tour de Hungary.
What happened in Tour de Hungary, my friend?
Welsford. Spoilers coming. Welsford won. So another crash of a lead out looking behind or not looking straight, and he crashed. Jesus.
What did Sagan do? Anything?
Pierre Baguette's again.
Pierre Baguette's again. Yeah. Okay.
Did he win?
Did he win? No, obviously not, because Welton won. Bruh.
I was asleep until 10 minutes ago. Who's in this breakaway?
Yeah,
Benji?
you were actually. I was like, we're starting in 8 minutes, bro. And he was like,
Siesta time. Who's in the break?
Mikkel Valgren. I need to find my notes. I don't remember who's in the break. Benjamin Thomas, Andrea Pietrobon, and Enzo Paleni of Groupama FDG. We had intermediate sprints. Groves won both of them. And in the second one, his teammates got second and third because Milan was like, I don't even care enough to get over these lead outs.
I think Laporte not being here, if I look at how Coy sprinted yesterday, I'm interested to see if he goes closer today, having to freelance and find the right wheel. That's actually how he beat Philipsen in the Tour of Denmark a couple of years ago. And in fact, it's what he did at the intermediate sprint today. He basically just switched on to Merlier and Milan's wheel. Because, like yesterday, he got brought side by side, and we can see that Milan is clearly way quicker.
Wait. Does that mean you're calling Olaf Koy a draft merchant?
Well, yeah. I mean, side by side with Milan, like it's no shame in it. Like he just doesn't have the watts.
It's a potential strategy that could play out better, because if you're behind Laporte, you need to launch at likely 150-ish to go. While with Milan, you're going to be trying to shoot over him in the last minute.
Yeah. He probably weighs 15 kilos less. Like, he's just on those high-speed downhill sprints like yesterday. Like, Milan's pumping out 1,800 peak with 1,600 for 10 seconds. Like, no one can go side by side with that. Not even Merlier, I don't think.
Toby, what do you think? Who's going to win today?
Well, Fabio's back. I think Milan wins again. I don't even think Milan got the best lead out the last two sprints. Like, he
had to go far, but then again,
so did Merlier.
That's where strength comes in.
So did Merlier, but I honestly think Milan is the quickest. And Bert's been very good the last 18 months, but Trek also have the best trainer. Trek are really pushing with Darnola, then Baggioli, then it's Quinten Hermans, Sturva, or
Turns. Been staying similar for what, 20 kilometers?
As Valgren used his experience to rope-a-dope them.
That would be funny.
So what you do if you're in this sort of breakaway, right? The break goes after the long climb. No one cares. No one cares. In fact, everyone's grateful because the stage might be getting over at a reasonable time. So they let you get 1 minute. Literally everyone pushing 150 watts, including yourself.
It's only been a half-stage breakaway, this one.
Yeah. So you go to 1 minute, and basically there is no... What you shouldn't do if you're that break is to keep pushing to try and get to 3 minutes or something, because the sprinters teams won't let you take that. Milan's having extensive discussions. He's trying to get Alpecin and Quickstep to put more riders. If I was Alpecin and Quickstep, I wouldn't help Milan, frankly. That's what he's shouting. Trek are asking for more help. They're asking for Quickstep to put a rider. They're saying put Seri, but Seri helped before. But they could use Cherney. But what you do is you wait, you keep it a minute, going as easy as possible while it's Peter Seri pacing, everyone's pacing at 325. And then you get to the last 20 and you start really going super hard and as hard as possible. Court did this really well with Denz G and maybe DeMarchi in the Giro break that Court won last year. And I think that's what they've done, because Hermans and Dan Hole, if the break was tired, would be taking a big gap or taking a lot lumps out of them, but they're not. And Trek are saying, put Cherney, and Quickstep are saying no.
They want to see Trek burn their lead
If
out.
I was Quickstep, I wouldn't put Cherney. You need Cherney and Alaphilippe to position Van Leeuwenberger familiar, and the break is not going anywhere. So,
And there's enough teams that might bite the bullet first.
Visma will put a Feeney or somebody. Like, there's no way that Quickstep should use their setup.
With Laporte crashing, is there not a chance that a Feeney becomes a pilot today?
No, Van Dijk will be last.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, who else would chase?
Gap's going down a little, like 4 or 5 seconds. That's not much, but it's something. It's moving the right way for the peloton.
Like Tudor, so many. No one should help Trek. They got Baggioli, and you're not going to go quicker than Dan Hole anyway. Bardet's on the front. Bardet's positioning.
Well, his GC's kind of after his gastro, so I understand that he's trying to help out a team.
Is that signaled?
I don't know. It was a bit odd. But anyway.
Yeah, you can see the trees coming.
When it comes to Trek now, they're burning some of their riders one by one. Dan Hole is now at the front, using energy and so forth. At what
it's
point?
Benjamin Thomas too. It's quite strong guys.
But I will also say, pure respect to EF for keeping up, trying every single day. Like, they weren't in the initial breakaway.
Yeah.
But they caught up with the second one. They realized, okay, maybe this is an opportunity. They're in there. And also, well, Alpecin wasn't successful in dropping the pure sprinters permanently. I like that they throw shit at the wall until something sticks. That's what they're trying. They show that they come with a plan, making the stage harder on the climbs. Like, it might not be effective every time. It wasn't super effective today. Maybe it reduced the energy of the pure sprinters a little bit, but it's nice to see, you know?
Yeah. EF, I mean, I hope EF gets something out of this race, because they deserve it. They've been trying. Oh, Quickstep put a rider. Or is it just before a corner? Quickstep have put a rider. They blinked. I think that's a mistake. But maybe I'm underrating Benjamin Thomas and Valgren. But they put Cherney.
But it's coming close now, the gap in my...
Jake, go put the marquee.
We went 5 seconds down in 25 kilometers.
And there's a climb, right?
The climb's passed, my friend.
Fair enough. So that's what the break did. The break went so slow as possible and just monstered the climb with like Benjamin Thomas, a track guy. And now Trek have got their wish. Jayco have blinked. They're putting another. And Quickstep put Cherney.
Movistar coming to the front as well. They want Gaviria to at least have a chance.
That's Antomarché, no? That's Calmajan.
It is. Jesus Christ. See all the dark blue? That was just me being blind, to be honest.
Is he going to pace for Mikkels?
You might as well try, eh? Otherwise, if you're not at the front, you're not at the front, eh?
So the GC guys, this is the opposite of the other sprint stages. Because the breakaway is actually a real threat now, the GC teams are not front and center. It's the sprinters teams. And so we'll see how Ineos and UAE go, but the break has really done this smart.
I do want to give credit to UAE for seemingly being more bubbled around Pogacar than previous stages, because otherwise there's always Poggi moving up slowly, solo I mean, and now they're together just like Ineos is behind them. So that deserves the credit. Bahrain's not putting anyone at the front. They're keeping their lead up for Bauhaus.
But Bauhaus always goes under the radar. Like no one ever talks about Bauhaus like
podium merchant and a chaos merchant.
No, leave them. Do this one. I'll do it.
For making sure you can actually see us. Or Patrick's trying to make sure you can actually see us. So in a little bit, when this thing is open, you should be able to see our faces again.
Let there be light. Oh, we can put the lights on.
Yeah, we can also put the lights on. That's also a pretty good trick. We don't need to open the windows properly. We can put the lights on. Anyway, 45 seconds, 10, 11 kilometers. Gap's not going down fast, to be honest.
It went down 5 seconds in maybe 1,500 meters. Cherney looks gassed. Demarchi looks fine. But now Trek have lost. Darnula's gone, right? So it's Sturven and Turns, and they don't want to use Consoni, and I wouldn't want to use Visma are putting Affini.
Yeah, Affini's moving to the front. Oh, is he? Yeah, seemingly. It's a long way to the front, eh? If a whole train is there. These guys are flying, and I think, to be honest, every time I look at the front group,
They were
Valgren's at the front.
Oh, Thomas was before, but
Really? Okay.
they're working really, really well.
Pietrobon's a huge dude, by the way.
Yeah,
Tall
Pietrobon
man.
looks like a bit of an engine.
Yeah.
Bit of a petrol, bit of a diesel.
Petrobon?
Bit of a diesel.
Brother.
I mean, Poulter.
Shooter's a team that hasn't helped yet.
Also, think about this, right? Cofidis and Poulty top 10 sprints recently. No, already in this Giro. And they put a rider in the break, both the early day break and this break, to have both 2 bites at the cherry for a good result. Jayco, they didn't use Demarchi in that way. Instead, used Demarchi to pull here. I mean, wouldn't you rather have Demarchi in that move?
I would have preferred that.
Or
It's also like the thing we've been saying for like 2 years and a half on the podcast, that there's too many sprint teams that keep on their tunnel vision of, oh, we have a sprinter, so we should focus on the sprint, while you can hedge your bets on both breakaway and sprint. And if you do that, you're also putting pressure on the other sprint teams.
Exactly.
So even if your rider gets caught,
they burn their lead out.
Exactly.
It's so clear, you know, and that's a really good job by Cofidis and Poulty.
Toby ran away. That's that.
Toby ran away. I mean,
he doesn't believe in the breakaway, Toby. Shame.
They're not losing much time.
They're not losing much time at all.
8.6K is 44 seconds. They're really rolling through well. Affini has been put, so Affini is now going to pull. Trek are not putting any more riders. Trek are not going to put Sturva, and they're not putting turns. Jayco have come up with more, so they've got Hepburn. Demarchi's on the front now, so Demarchi's going to swap off with Affini now. Now, there is going to be the general sprint GC teams coming up to keep safe, might increase the pace, but not really.
Hypothetically, who's the fastest in that front group? Valgren or Thomas?
Thomas, I would say. But he lost a sprint to Bissiger in Tour de Suisse, didn't he?
I don't know.
I don't know them well enough. I don't know who.
Paulini got a top 20 in a sprint, so that's
what about Pietrobon?
Pietrobon, I can't find a sprint result. I don't know who the fastest in this group will be. I'll be honest. Yoi trying to keep Pogacar safe on the left. Did not really work that well. He's now in the middle of the Ineos terrain, basically.
That's fine. Ganna's gone. Ganna's just gone out of it. You don't have the legs.
He's been having the legs the last few days, though.
Not to help G. Carmajan, he's ripping it. The gap's not moved. For a kilometer, the gap has not moved. Behind the break. Yeah, they're in a little convoy. Remember in that sprint stage in the Tour last year, was it, when Benjamin Thomas was clear on his own? He was on the back of a motorbike.
We got to remember, in the last 4.21 kilometers, we're in that urban city center with the cobblestone surface. So that's going to be tricky for the peloton. The break, I believe in the breakaway.
The time gap's correct. They haven't lost any time for 2 kilometers. Now, they might run out of steam. They might finesse. I doubt it, though. Generally, when there's so much pressure from behind, they don't finesse at all, and they just go for the sprint because it's their best chance.
Yeah, if this is a time gap, I think the break might win.
Visma should put Van Dijk as well. But then, why would you put Van Dijk if Trek don't put Sturven or turns?
Yeah, nobody's willing to risk losing to win.
Trek should put Sturven and turns then.
Well, all the teams should risk to win, otherwise they're not going to be at the front.
Affini's not moving it. He's not going quicker than the break.
Exactly.
He's riding against 4 riders. He's going the same speed as them, which, you got to be strong to do it, but you got to bring up.
I bloody hope this break wins, to be honest.
The time gap's correct. The break has it. They've not lost now for 3 kilometers. Because
that also proves to the teams that didn't make that bet that they were wrong in not doing so.
Exactly. Like, look at the remember that when that break went, it looked like a joke, right?
Yeah.
Because they go, Alpecin had already controlled, nothing on. You had to have real courage to go and be willing to be an advertising board. And they've played the peloton. And what's the golden rule when there's a breakaway in a sprint stage? Always catch them before the climb.
Yeah.
Oh, because it always is harder. Your domestiques are more tired after the climb. I think they got it.
Yeah, Pietro Bon's the one that's doing the least work, but I understand that.
Jaco are now putting 3. Journey's back. I don't really know what Trek are doing. Like, I feel like Trek are having a tantrum, no? Like, they're like, oh, we controlled it. But it's like, yeah, you did, but you didn't. And now you're not putting a rider at all.
They spend an entire day investing in it, so they're...
Yeah, but then again, Milan, I mean...
Yeah, but now...
They had Milan as a stage win in Ciclamino, so if Visma want to win a stage, they should pull, I guess.
It's just on everybody's team. If they want to win today, they're going to have to risk losing.
They're not going to win.
I don't think so either.
No
Break
chance.
wins.
Break has it easy. What a stage again. Unbelievable. They caught them napping. What a masterclass from the breakaway. I mean, I don't know who was the captain of the break, whether it was Valgren or Thomas.
I think it's Valgren, the captain of the break.
If it was Valgren, it's like the Magnus Court. Magnus Court used to do this in breakaways.
Magnus Court special.
He was in. It's unbelievable.
Luke, is it possible to get a poll in the chat on who's going to win from this breakaway?
Pietrobon's skipping, but the other 3 are still riding through full. Benjamin Thomas and Valgren are the overall strongest.
Yeah.
But again, with the young guys like Pelani, I mean, you never see them, you don't know them. Like,
I'd find it high-key funny to see Pietro Bon win a breakaway stage, to be honest. That'd be fun.
His legs look like
snakes.
2 times too long for his body, right?
The dimensions are all wrong.
They got to bring back 10 seconds per kilometer.
Valgren Thomas, sprint. I don't know. Thomas has been a lead out in the past.
Ineos going to the 3 kilometer to go, keeping G safe.
Ineos is doing more damage to the gap than the sprint trains.
Yeah, you can see how much faster they were going than the sprint trains. I don't really know what Valgren's sprint is like.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Tomas a track guy.
The fact that he's here after all the injury stuff he's had, he's had to go back to the dev team, back to the World Tour team. It's super impressive that he's here. He's had some good performances this year. It would be nice to see him get that victory, but all of these 4 deserve it because they were in the breakaway.
Yeah. I mean, as well as
skipping turns left and right.
As well as FDJ, you know, FDJ. I think Pithy doesn't look too good. They're like, nah, well, he's not going to win. So
those aren't Flemish cobbles.
Go in the breakaway. It did go down 5 seconds just then, so it is going down fast. But that was with Ineos, and Ineos will stop now.
Cobbled city center, that's not happening.
But Ineos are going to stop. Well, maybe they won't because they just want to stay in the front in the cobbles. I don't know in these turns, but I think Pietrobon's going to win. Actually, he must have saved. He must be saving a fair bit of energy, not pulling it all, while the others are pulling absolutely full. I mean, he's not.
The chat is saying Valgren at the moment.
Pietrobon's not skipping because he's fully gassed. Like, he looks really sharp and alert. He's not like losing the wheel or anything, but Thomas looks so aero. He's giving it no draft behind him. 25 seconds with 2K. If they finesse, they will be caught, but 300 meters is the gap, apparently. Pietrobon.
The leaders will come to the front now, eh? As in, like, the tracks will come in the last 1.5 kilometers. That's when some damage will be done, but will it be enough? I don't think so. Did you at the front?
Fabio might win the sprint, but behind the breakaway.
What team is at the front?
Alpecin.
I can't tell. Alpecin? Yeah, Alpecin.
It's Kierlich second wheel. Kierlich, very good lead out. I don't know who is first wheel, Van den Bosch maybe, or whoever.
27 seconds, gap went up a little.
Not going to catch them.
Nah. I love this. Ooh, looking around a little.
If Pietrobon wins, the breakaway companions,
they're going to be so angry.
Oh, they're giving up. They're giving up. They've stopped. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. It's over. Where's Sturven? Where's Turns? Where's Van Dijk?
Now they're giving up.
Unbelievable.
An entire day of investment. Completely bottled it.
They give up. Why would Kierlich stop?
Pietrobon keeps staying at the back.
Why would Kierlich stop? I mean, Pietrobon has actually he's gambled correctly.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean...
He's got to find the right wheel now, though.
I think the right wheel is Thomas. I would say on Thomas' wheel. I wonder...
No, he's going to attack. Pietrobon goes.
Through a corner.
Who's going to respond? No one?
He's got it.
Come on, come on.
Palani's
Palani's
bringing
gonna try
Thomas
and
back
close
up.
it. He's got.
Palani,
Palani's gonna bite the bullet for everybody.
he's a young guy who's going to lead out Valgren
He's
and
gonna look
Thomas.
behind him. He's gonna look behind him.
Yeah, he's stopping. He's going to stop. Why would he kill his own
Pietro
result?
won.
Thomas has dropped. Through the corner, just there. It's over. Pietrobon's got it.
Oh my god.
Holti Cometa. Tactical masterclass. 300 meters to go.
Oh,
Palani's just, I don't know, maybe the others can jump and bridge it.
it's gonna be close.
He's swinging. Palani swinging. Now Valgren jumps. Thomas in the wheel of Valgren. He comes out, sprints. Ooh, they're lining up. Pietrobon,
Oh, no,
50
no, no,
meters
no,
to
no,
go.
no, no, no.
They're catching him. Valgren catches him.
Thomas
with the wheel in
Thomas.
front. Confidence take their first win for 2024. Benjamin Thomas says, call me. Call me.
Oh.
Sprint behind. Dainese against Milan.
Milan,
Ewan,
clean
someone
hit.
dropped their cap. Ewan, second. Ewan will blame his teammates. Oh, they should have chased for me. Actually, it should have been in the old breakaway themselves. What a stage. The Benjamin Thomas breakaway masterclass. Wow. How much did they beat the peloton by? 15 seconds. Easy. It wasn't even close in the end. All right. Thanks for watching the watch along. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you with our podcast recap of stage 5. Another very surprising finish and exciting finish to the Giro d'Italia next in about 5 minutes. Ciao.